Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I have been a trader and technical analyst the last 8 years. Let's take a look at today's charts for Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. All right, taking a look at ES. Let's kind of drill in and see what happened this morning on CPI reaction here. We got a dip down and then an immediate reversal, pull back for the higher low, and then it just zoomed higher. We did not get through Friday's high. So we look here, this is Friday's high of 525725, and you now have support at 5157. Very healthy bull volume today. It was elevated. That's what you want to see on up moves. 12 EMA was not violated. Here on NASDAQ, it's not as close to Friday's high, so it's probably cleaner on the, let's look at it on the 12-hour, yeah. So we're looking for a lower high compared to this 1889125. We're looking for a 12-hour lower high on NASDAQ. I will say semis really outperformed today, and that really lifted the NASDAQ. RTY. The 4-hour is still in a downtrend, one of the weaker sectors. On the daily chart, we held this daily double bottom. So we have a daily double bottom on the Russell. That was pretty impressive hold, actually. I didn't realize it was to the dollar till right then. All right, looking at the Dow, we had a decent recovery. We got over last Friday's high, and then your next resistance is 39607. So we're in a daily downtrend on the Dow, but this was a pretty impressive recovery in that we were able to get over Friday's high. Looking at the VIX, all fear, exit stage right now. So we lost the 1397 now on the next bounce. Bears will be looking to top fish a potential 4-hour lower high on the VIX on a bounce. And we'll see if it's a bear flag or do they make room for a higher low on any bounce. Bitcoin got a new all-time high at 6 a.m. this morning, so we got a new all-time high. We hit 73,027, hence the name of this video. Impressive bull move by these bulls. Just really impressive. They are hungry hippos. Your 4-hour EMAs are your guide. Stay in back burner until bears prove otherwise. IBIT moves pretty well with it. IBIT traded almost $90 million today, double the average. So we ended with an hourly lower high here. And we'll be looking for top fish against today's high tomorrow. It's a pretty big pullback. Coin is outperforming the miners of Riot and Mara. We were unable to get over the high of day. Toward the end of day when Bitcoin was bouncing, we weren't able to get over it. But MSTR, in contrast, a lot of relative strength compared to Bitcoin, and we made a new high of day. And Mara is still super weak. We were unable to even break into reclaim the range of the prior day. Riot, we were unable to reclaim the range of the prior day. The dollar shot up on the CPI reaction and then started walking it, almost all of it, back down. We're still holding the high of yesterday as support. Bulls will be looking for a 4-hour higher low this afternoon or this evening, wherever you're located. XLF got a new 52-week high today. Let me confirm that. I know that's true, but just I like to sometimes scroll back and make sure I'm not confusing it with another chart. XLV, we have a potential weekly bull flag. It's beautiful. This is what you want to see. It looks great. Yeah, MLV had that high compression monthly squeeze that I liked so much. All right, looking at gold, we closed red today with dollar strength. However, the size of this pullback now, bears will be looking for a 4-hour lower high. So Bears took over a little bit more than what bulls would have liked, so now bears can look for a top fish against 21.92. Looking at oil, I would call that a double top. So we have an equilibrium going into tomorrow's inventory report. And in 13 minutes, we will have API estimates after hours today. Inventory report tomorrow at 10:30. Apple had a great recovery. Apple had a huge pullback and was able to recover and go back almost to Monday's high. I lost yesterday altogether. Yesterday's high was 174.38, and bulls were unable to reclaim that, but an impressive showing and closing green. Crowd was my live stream trade from the morning show. So on the morning show, I entered live. So first of all, this was a Queen of the Mountain trade. In my pregame show, someone asked me about it, and I was looking at it. Then I saw that 30-minute squeeze. I'm like, whoa, I like this trade. I love this setup. So I called it out. Right in here. We held the prior day closing price to the penny, and that was my deciding factor. And I entered long publicly, and I was on the mic. And I had an exit while I was on the mic at I think 7:70, and then this was my second exit at 10:30, and my third exit at $12.70. So about 140% on those calls. That was a pretty good trade this morning for the live stream. I'm enjoying the live streams. Let's look at CPI. I forgot to mention this. So we got 3.2 and they were expecting 3.1. The month over month was 0.4 and they were expecting 0.3. And we got that initial bearish reaction on these elevated numbers, and then we reversed. Looking at tomorrow, we have inventory and 30-year bond auction. And then Thursday, we have PPI and initial jobless claims. So crowd was a fun trade. Let me go forward a little bit. So Google was able to get over the high of yesterday, was unable to close above it. On the daily, bulls are putting in the work. Now they've made enough room for a daily higher low. If you were watching last week, I said that I was entering calls long on the reclamation. That's a big word for an end of day video, on reclaiming the daily 200 MA as we were looking for that monthly higher low. So I grabbed that. I wish, of course, I wish I could grab more, but that's okay. I really like that long. Microsoft had a great recovery today, considering how weak it was yesterday. It climbed over the prior day high and then some. Really relative strength, just shining. Tesla was able to reclaim Monday's range and close fairly decently. I would say this was decent for Tesla. So that daily bear break did not get followed through. So we'll see what that means for Tesla bulls tomorrow. Looking at semis, we got to hammer off that daily 12 EMA. Great move, close up at near the high of day. AMD closed green near the high of day. ARM lockup period expired today, and bulls were able to bounce it. So SoftBank is obviously not unloading 1 million shares right off the bat, or how many ever they have, 90% of the float. So that was good for bulls. They got a decent bounce. There was some good volatility in ARM. I traded NVIDIA and SMCI. Beautiful moves. They came back, retested the prior day high, and that's where they bounced. SMCI held up well over its prior day high, and that's where they bounced. And they're still looking up at all-time highs, still resistance of 1229. Sorry, I was pointing to the wrong number. All right, and let's look at psychedelics. MNMD had a red day, could not reclaim the prior day range. ATAI, same thing, and you're like, why did you bring this up? Well, this name, CYBN, had a wonderful day. It's had this tightening range. On the weekly, we had this equilibrium, and so many people have brought this up in our chat, and I'm so glad they're there that I could buy that break of 40 cents and now we're up 10% on that break. So beautiful move. Good job, Cannabis bulls and bears and members inside our chat. All right, MSOS with a terrible move today. Very weak. Waiting on a news catalyst. Waiting. TCN and F, waiting. I'm going to set an alert on this one, actually. I like the way this thing bounces. Yeah, that $9, I like a bottom fish off $9. So I'm going to set, I have the alert set, and I'll let you know TCGers if I enter. All right, that's it for me in the market recap. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chargaluri, that would be lovely. And give this video a like or a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, have a good day.